Royal Rift. Prince Harry news. Camilla furious with Duke's comments ahead of King Charles' coronation, says insider. Greetings from royal family led my channel. King consort. According to a source close to Camilla, the upcoming coronation of King Charles has caused Camilla to become furious at remarks made by Prince Harry in his candid biography. The Duke of Sussex describes the King and Queen consort's relationship in one explosive chapter of his history, Spare, and how he and William implored their father not to marry her. I know from various people who were close to her that she was pretty furious with what was being said about her, True Royalty TV co-founder Nick Bullen told Fox News Digital. Thank you. Please subscribe to my channel. She won't be calling Harry or Meghan Markle, his wife, and shrieking down the phone at them though. She simply continues, she might not necessarily forget what happened, nor do I believe she will necessarily forgive. This weekend, Camilla and Harry are scheduled to meet for the first time since the publication of the book. Thomas, Meghan's estranged father, claims, Meghan killed me, and now she mourns me. In a shocking new documentary, Thomas Markle describes how Meghan killed me and then she mourned me. Since Meghan, 41, wed into the royal family in 2018, there has been tension between her and her father. But in a recent documentary, Thomas, 78, reached out to his daughter and said he was eager to meet his grandchildren, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. He said that Meghan killed me and then mourned me in an interview with 7 NEWS Spotlight. I refuse to be buried by her, Thomas continued. Is it worthwhile to get rid of her father, he added, as he made a case for amity following his stroke in May of last year. Prince Harry intends to leave for the U.S. aboard a jet within 2 hours of the ceremony's conclusion. Next weekend, Prince Harry intends to make a quick pit stop during his father's coronation. He plans to attend Charles' coronation at Westminster Abbey before returning to the U.S. in time for his son Archie's 4th birthday. According to a source, he'll be in and out of the UK in 24 hours. The length of his stay in London has been widely rumored, but a source declared yesterday night, Harry will be in and out of the UK in 24 hours. He will just participate in the coronation service before departing. Harry may take off between 2:30 and 3 p.m. since the ceremony at 11 a.m. ends at 1 p.m. He would drive 5,000 miles in 10 hours, arriving in the early evening local time. Opinions on my 12-foot statue of Queen Elizabeth's head are divided, but I will never remove it. The late Queen and Prince Philip are memorialized in large statues in the front lawn of a retiree who is devoted to the royal family and vows never to remove them. 2 enormous terracotta-colored busts of the late monarch and her husband are owned by 90-year-old Ben Bennett. The father of 5 reported that several people visit his house's front yard each day to take pictures with the heads, which have been anchored there. Children who get out of the automobile and approach the heads instinctively stand to attention as though they are next to genuine royals, the speaker claimed. It gives me a grin. On coronation day, I'm sure a variety of individuals will stop and look in. I've been offered £25,000 for each head, but they aren't eating, and they are just gorgeous. I sold the 2 enormous horses I once owned. The royal statues in this area have taken on the status of a landmark. It's truly amazing, and they are unique. The entire scope of what Harry has lost will be revealed in homage to royal blood. Prince Harry will realize the full extent of what he has lost when Prince William recites the homage of royal blood at King Charles' coronation, an oath in which the heir to the throne kneels and swears loyalty to the monarch. Esler asserts in a piece for News.com that of all the moments in the roughly 2-hour service, this is when Harry's self-inflicted fall from royal bystander to public darling will be complete. It will be clear how much Harry has given up in his pursuit for freedom, truth, and the warm embrace of Netflix's accounts department as William says his oath, your liege man of life and limb. It's difficult to think of a situation that will poke Harry's nose in everything he has given up to pursue his Californian dream more successfully than William turning around mid-oath and pulling the old na-na-nee-na-na move. As she continues, with those 7 words from the Prince of Wales, the full extent of what he has lost is about to come sharply into view. Harry's bomb-like exposure won't be pardoned by Queen Camilla. According to reports, Camilla was furious by Harry's egregious claims made against her in his autobiography Spare. She was charged by the prince of disclosing secret communications to the press. Nick Bullen, a co-founder of True Royalty TV and a former documentary collaborator of King Charles and Camilla, told Fox News Digital, "I know from various people who were close to her that she was fairly unhappy with what was being written about her. She won't be calling Harry or Meghan Markle his wife and shrieking down the phone at them, though." She simply continues, "She may not necessarily forget what happened, nor do I believe she will necessarily forgive, but from what I understand, she doesn't think about it much. She uses a considerably straighter bat and plays a lot longer game. She was apparently irritated by what was stated, but she immediately forgot about it." An inside look into Prince Harry's life. At St. Mary's Hospital in London, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, was born on September 15, 1984. Before taking a gap year to travel, he completed his education at Wetherby School, Ludgrove School, and Eton College. During this time, he also visited Australia and Lesotho. At Sandhurst, a branch of the Royal Military Academy, he also completed officer training. In the years 2007 and 2008, Harry served alongside his brother in Afghanistan's Helmand province for 10 weeks after completing his troop leader training. Prior to his resignation from the Army in June 2015, his most recent military assignment was a 20-week tour with the Army Air Corps in 2012 to 2013. He founded the Invictus Games in 2014 and has continued to support them ever since, following in his mother's charitable ways. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle met in 2016 when a friend set them up on a blind date, and they later got married in 2018. With the arrival of their 2 children, the couple has since relocated to California. Princess Lilibet was born on June 4, 2021, and Prince Archie was born on May 6, 2019, respectively. The royal couple has a number of commercial ventures and continues to be heavily involved in charitable activities. The response to Harry body-shaming Thomas Markle on social media. Following a 7 News Spotlight special that highlighted the passage from his book, comments Prince Harry made about Thomas Markle in his biography have angered some social media users. The Duke described Thomas Markle, the father of Meghan Markle, as follows in his ranting autobiography Spare. "Every day there was another embarrassing photo in the media. Thomas Markle with his belly falling over his belt, Thomas Markle purchasing a new toilet, and Thomas Markle purchasing a 6-pack. Hashtag Prince Harry is an elder abuser. Hashtag Prince Harry is cruel. Hashtag Princeoftager," one user wrote on social media. Harry had the gall to criticize Thomas Markle Sr.'s physique in Spare despite his privilege and income. Harry chose to be harsh since that is who he is, according to another. He only has good things to say about his wife. I even doubt that he enjoys his children. He rarely discusses them in the way that loving fathers do. I watched that show last night. It was despicable what Harry said about Thomas. A third person remarked, "His grandchildren's granddad is that." I felt humiliated. No one can stand it. Kate and Meghan. American pundit Megyn Kelly said what most of us already believed in response to a recent poll conducted by Lord Ashcroft for the Daily Mail. People cannot stand Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Very clearly in the UK, the people cannot stand them, especially her, Kelly told GB News. It's really awful, I mean. Prior to their promotional tour in December, their approval ratings were still holding steady, at least in the United States. Like they were still fighting in the US, not the UK. What did they do then? They conducted their extensive media tour, performed for Netflix, and appeared in Spare. And what follows? They plunged from a cliff. Everyone, including those living in the United States, declared that we don't want to interact with them. Then, over the last 2 months, their approval ratings slightly increased. She gained 5 points, according to the most recent Newsweek poll. He gained 7 more points. Yet, only 33% of Americans like her, and only 39% like him. Why did they increase those tiny amounts over the past few months? Because they refrained from speaking. Because they disappeared. What does that indicate? People find them intolerable. Her most recent attempt to re-establish herself will therefore fail once more. She will descend once more. She will forfeit the 5 points she just gained. At Madame Tussauds, Prince Harry's waxwork reunites with his family. At Madame Tussauds, Prince Harry's wax figure is once more displayed next to his family. This time, Prince Harry, the genuine one, will attend the coronation with his father, although he reportedly won't stay long. Harry may stay in the UK for fewer than 24 hours because the disobedient royal is unlikely to attend any events save the Saturday morning service at Westminster Abbey. Vision board of her life with the royal family was something Meghan had. Meghan Markle was the target of more criticism from US-based royal pundit Megyn Kelly, who asserted that the Duchess had a vision board of her life with the royal family. I have it on very good authority that she had a whole vision board of her life with the royal family and of the royal family themselves and Prince Harry when she was married to husband number 1, the source told GB News. Kelly continued, now for the irony. Meghan wants to belittle the royal family, but why? How has the royal family treated her once more? Oh, they are the sole reason WME has agreed to represent her. When she was a no-name deal or no-deal girl, I'm sure they had no interest in working with her. Queen Harry's bomb-like exposure won't be forgotten by Camilla. According to reports, Camilla was furious by Harry's egregious claims made against her in his autobiography Spare. She was charged by the prince of disclosing secret communications to the press. Nick Bullen, a co-founder of True Royalty TV and a former documentary collaborator of King Charles and Camilla, told Fox News Digital, I know from various people who are close to her that she was fairly unhappy with what was being written about her. She won't, however, be calling Harry or Meghan Markle, his wife, and shrieking down the phone at them. She simply continues. She might not necessarily forget what happened, nor do I believe she will necessarily forgive. But from what I understand, she doesn't think about it much. She uses a considerably straighter bat and plays a lot longer game. She was apparently irritated by what was stated, but she immediately forgot about it. Harry might never want to return to the UK. Duncan Larcombe, the author of Prince Harry, The Inside Story, thinks that Prince Harry regrets what he said and the choice he made to leave the royal family in his 2021 interview with Oprah Winfrey. Harry appears to be nostalgic for his old life, the author told Closer magazine, adding that Harry has a history of being hot-headed and that he used the interview to vent his emotions. I have no doubt that he has been feeling awkward, remorseful, and embarrassed since coming home, said Larcombe. Now he must deal with the repercussions. He might even regret leaving the royal family. I think he will regret the interview. At the funeral, you could tell he was devastated by the look on his face. He had conflicting feelings as he realized he would soon have to face his family.